finally arrived. We get to talk about my favorite episode of the studio, episode 7, casting. Like I said, best episode of the series. I think it's one of the best episodes of television this year. It was so utterly genius in every way, in terms of its commentary, in terms of its humor. It's just brilliant. This is your spoiler warning. This episode sees Matt and his team beginning the process of casting the Kool-Aid Man movie. However, once they finally lock things into place, they begin to doubt themselves when they wonder if their decision to cast Ice Cube as the Kool-Aid Man is racist. They begin this wild goose chase to correctly cast the movie. This episode is brilliant. It's brilliant. I think it really excellently and intelligently showcases Hollywood's relationship with diversity. It's such an interesting relationship, right? There's been major calls for more diverse storytelling, more diversity in front of and behind the camera, and Hollywood is trying to adjust to that. However, the industry is oftentimes more concerned with looking like they are making meaningful change, looking like they are supporting diversity and keeping up with the times, rather than actually doing meaningful systemic work and asking meaningful questions. No one on Matt's team is doing actual work to understand or be anti-racist. They're aware of the racist tropes and they are wondering, oh, can this be perceived a certain way? But it's not out of genuine care for any marginalized group. As they kind of tailspin, they begin wondering if other things are racist towards other groups as well. There's no actual care about potential harm to these groups. They mainly just don't want to get canceled. And as the episode goes on, there's no attempt to understand or actively be anti-racist. They are instead asking people from marginalized groups to do the work for them and tell them if something is racist or not. Ultimately, they arrive at a conclusion that they realize is more harmful than the original configuration. And then on top of that, they find out the director is planning to use AI to help meet the deadline, which is a whole other can of worms. This episode is so funny and so ridiculous, and it is a little uncomfortable, but I think that's what makes it so brilliant. And it is really earnestly and honestly engaging with this kind of elephant in the industry. I also think this episode further proves what I love about Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg's work, and just like that comedy from them. They've always been willing to adapt to the times. They've always been willing to hear people out and shift gears. They've never been those comedians who have been stilted by political correctness. We've never seen them go on this weird pipeline where they're always being like, well, you can't say anything anymore. My pronouns are USA. Like, they don't do any of that. They use it as an opportunity to push themselves and be funnier and figure out a way to be edgy and even funnier than originally possible. I think this episode's humor is a perfect encapsulation of that, and it is proof you can say edgy things, you can touch taboo topics, you just have to be smart and thoughtful with the way you're doing it. I think the comedians who refuse to adapt feel like they can't say anything anymore, but it's because they're constantly punching down. I think what is also so brilliant about this is it's acknowledging like harmful stereotypes, it's leaning into the discomfort that comes with these conversations, but it's never once punching down on any community. It's funny, it's silly, but no one is the butt of the joke. The only people's expense it's falling on are like the ignorant people. I was just so thoroughly blown away by this episode, and the fact is, it's so simple. The whole episode is them just running around to different people and asking them their opinion and recasting the thing, and then like restarting from there. But with like this such simplistic execution, like a lot of complex ideas are explored, and that's what I love about this show. Thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure you tune in next week. I'm really trying to stick with it. I'm doing so well so far. I hope I can finish out strong. But until then, make sure you do all the things you're supposed to do with a YouTube video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, follow me everywhere, and I'll see you on the next one. Woo!